নমস্কাৰ আপুনি চাবলৈ আৰম্ভ কৰিছে আফটাৰনুন এক্সপ্ৰেছ ষ্টুডিঅ'ত মই কৃপাঞ্জল ৰাজবংশী বহুকেইটা চৰ্চিত খবৰৰ মাজত শেহতীয়াকৈ এটা খবৰ জনাবলৈ লৈছো আজিৰ পৰাই কাজিৰঙাত 3 দিনীয়াকৈ যিহেতু অনুষ্ঠিত হৈ আছে ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰৰ চিন্তন শিবিৰ চিন্তন বৈঠকৰ বাবে ইতিমধ্যে মিনি ডিস্প্ৰটল যেন পৰিণত হৈছে কাজিৰঙাখন মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী হিমন্ত বিশ্ব শৰ্মাৰ লগতে বিজেপি মিত্ৰজোঁটৰ প্ৰায় সংখ্যক মন্ত্ৰী আমোলাসকল উপস্থিত হৈছে কাজিৰঙাত চিন্তন শিবিৰত অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰিব সৎগুৰু আৰু গুৰু ৰবি শংকৰে আৰু এই মুহূৰ্তত আমি পোনপটীয়া সম্প্ৰচাৰলৈ লৈ যাব বিচাৰিম আপোনালোকক কাজিৰঙালৈ
The world's largest people's movement, Conscious Planet, Save Soil, which has touched the lives of over 3.91 billion people. We are about to present a short video on his life and times.
Who has a devoted following across India and indeed around the world. While yoga and meditation are at the core of his teachings to promote individual growth, the work of the foundation covers conservation, education and health. And you'll find him astonishingly pragmatic on a range of very modern day problems. Let's meet Sadhguru.
We have the necessary resource, we have the necessary capability, we have the necessary technology to address every human problem on the planet. But the only thing that is missing is consciousness. We started a mass campaign and 6 years I spent planting trees in people's heads. That's the most difficult terrain, believe me. And now in the last 6 years we've been transplanting it and that's happening much more easily.
Action for Rural Rejuvenation is mainly aimed at rejuvenating the human spirit.
This is an incredible movement that is started in Tamil Nadu. We want to see that this happens to the whole country and revitalizing rural societies.
English and computer skills are very essential to make these children come out of the hopeless economic and social pit they are in. Whatever the nature of your business, ultimately, it is all about human well-being.
Isha Foundation, a non-religious, non-profit public service organisation headquartered in southern India.
We've engineered the outside world in so many ways, but we've done nothing about this one.
If you want to know well-being, in is the only way out.
An incredible rally starting from Kanyakumari, reaching up to the Himalayas with the sole purpose of rejuvenating India's rivers.
We are also launching another campaign called Kaveri Calling. These 83,000 square kilometers of Kaveri Basin, we want to bring it back, at least 1/3 of it, back into some kind of green cover.
All of us come from the same soil, all of us eat of the same soil, all of us die and go back to the same soil. So soil is a unifying force. Soil is not our property. It's a legacy that's come to us from previous generations and we must pass it on as living soil for future generations.
We are launching a campaign called Youth and Truth in the month of September. Youth and Truth, unplug with Sadhguru, ask whatever you want.
This precious life, where are you going to invest it? What is it that will be worthwhile today and worthwhile after 50 years? You invest your life into that.
You have to describe yourself in one word.
Would you consider wildlife as 2 words or 1 word?
It's…
In the next half…
Well, what a remarkable personality we have in our midst today, our most respected Sadhguruji. It is indeed a rare privilege. Ladies and gentlemen, I now would like to introduce a topic which is extremely important and contemporary. Conscious Planet. Save Soil is a global movement launched by Sadhguruji to address the soil crisis by bringing together people from around the world to stand up for soil health and supporting leaders of all nations to institute national policies and actions towards increasing the organic content in cultivatable soil. Sadhguru rode 30,000 kilometers from London to Kaveri in 100 days, having 691 events in 27 countries. The movement has reached 3.91 billion people across the world, making it the world's largest people's movement. We will now watch a short video which highlights the science behind why our soil is on the verge of extinction and the urgent need for us to come together to save soil.
We are talking about climate change, carbon emissions, and global warming and various other aspects, but we are not addressing soil. Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways. Every responsible scientist in the world and the UN agencies are clearly saying we have only 80 to 100 harvests left. That means approximately 45 to 50 years of agricultural soil left on the planet. By 2045, we will be producing 40% less food than what we are producing right now, and our populations will be 9.3 billion people. The food shortages that could manifest in the next 25 years, the consequences of that is unimaginable. Civil wars will unfold across the world once there is food shortage. What we are facing now is soil extinction. Why is soil becoming extinct? Where is it going away? What is happening to our soil? We must understand, if you add organic content to sand, sand will turn into soil. If you remove all organic content from the soil, soil will become sand. In normal agricultural soil, the minimum organic content should be between 3 to 6%. The most minimum is 3%. At least this minimum to keep the soil alive, to keep the soil as living soil is a must. Agricultural soils across the world, the depletion is so heavy. In most countries, more than 50% of the topsoil is already gone in the last 100 years. The nutrient levels have dropped significantly. The level of micronutrients you would get from your food in early 20th century to what you are getting from the same food now has dropped 90%. If you ate one orange in 1920s, what you got from it, now in 2020, if you have to get the same, you will have to eat 8 oranges. This is what we have done to our food.
Soil is the biggest ecosystem on the planet, and so few people know anything about it. 1 teaspoon of healthy soil probably contains more microbes than there are people on Earth.
The microbial life in the first 12 to 15 inches of topsoil is the basis of our existence. It is this magic beneath our feet which has produced the life that we are. This first 12 to 15 inches of soil is the basis of life for 87% of life on this planet, including you and me.
We have to begin to recognize that what we call our soil, Mother Earth, is a living organism.
Open soils, ripped open by plowing, open to sunlight, is the basis of destruction of microbial life. So the focus should be on agriculture, the focus should be on seeing that land is under shade as much as possible, some kind of shade, grasses, herbs, bushes, trees. So it's extremely important that soil regeneration is enshrined in the policy of every government on the planet. We must change the narrative on the planet that soil is a wealth, a legacy we have received from previous generations, and we have to pass it on as living soil for future generations. We are in a cusp of time. If you do the right things now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can significantly turn this situation around and regenerate the soil. But if we allow this to progress like this for another 30 to 40 years, after 40 years if we attempt this, then it could take 150 to 200 years because that much loss of biodiversity would have happened. From 21st of March for 100 days, the whole world, every human being on the planet should talk soil. We must hear the word soil, save soil everywhere to see that the narrative on the planet changes towards the most vital aspect of our life, the soil. Each one of you should reach as many people as you can to make this happen. As a part of this, to activate support from the citizenry to assure the governments long-term investments will be appreciated. I'm 65 and I'm riding 30,000 kilometers, a lone motorcycle journey, 30,000 kilometers across 24 nations.
Sadhguru, thank you for what you're doing.
Dear Sadhguru, one of the world's voices and leaders on soil conservation.
وأبداً بالنسبة لنا في رابطة العالم الإسلامي
As for the Muslim World League, we are completely ready to help you.
You've inspired me to think about soil very differently. I love what you say that we're all part of the solution and we all have a role to play.
This is my appeal to every one of you, because I don't want this COP15 to end as one more convention with more paper and more paper. This must end with concrete action, and action in such a way that it's implementable. It is implementable and we will see a distinct change in the coming few years.
This is a perfect confluence of how we see things and the importance of the soil. Save the soil.
Our soil needs nourishment. Save soil. Let us make it happen.
सदगुरु जी ने यात्रा की, दुनिया को मिट्टी के प्रति स्नेह तो पैदा हुआ ही होगा, लेकिन भारत की मिट्टी की ताकत का भी परिचय मिला होगा।
I salute you, your energy and your dedication, and my full support of what is needed from the Palestinian side.
To honor the people of this country, I want to thank you very much.
And the movement that you are taken up, I could not expect any more God's blessing than that.
Sadhguru, and this campaign is so important.
We're going to save the soil. Do your part.
Let's save soil and create a conscious planet.
Save soil.
Save our soil.
Save soil.
Sadhguru, save soil, my friend.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Antigua and Barbuda is part of the Save Soil mission.
We commend you for what you're doing. That is why we are happy to sign the MOU.
The science and philosophy that backs the thought behind the movement is tremendous.
We welcome you in Hyderabad and please show us the right direction towards policy.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
It is time to save the soil.
Save soil.
Save soil.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
We know what we must do, so let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's make this happen.
Let us make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Just 4 months ago, soil was not even in the conversation. For the first time, soil has come to the conversation. 193 nations have taken soil as a very serious thing right now. I beseech every one of you that you must keep the soil in conversation for the next few months till the policies are made in the world. Soil is not our…
Save soil, let's make it happen. অন্যান্য খবৰৰ মাজলৈ আহিছো যান-বাহন আইন কেৱল সাধাৰণ মানুহৰ বাবেহে ভিআইপি মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কৰ বাবে নাই যান-বাহন আইন কাজিৰঙাৰ এনিমেল কৰিডৰত দ্ৰুতগতিত পাৰ হৈ যায় ভিআইপিৰ বাহন মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কৰ কনভয় পথ সুৰক্ষা আইন ভংগ কৰি কাজিৰঙাৰ ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় উদ্যানৰ মাজেৰে দৌৰিছে মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়ক তথা ভিভিআইপিৰ গাড়ী কাজিৰঙাত অনুষ্ঠিত হোৱা চিন্তন শিবিৰত ভাগ ল'বলৈ যোৱা মন্ত্ৰীৰ গাড়ী কাজিৰঙাৰ ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় ঘাইপথত দেখা গ'ল দুৰন্ত গতি এনিমেল কৰিডৰত যান-বাহন সৰ্বোচ্চ গতিবেগ ঘণ্টাত 40 কিলোমিটাৰ কিন্তু মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কৰ গাড়ীৰ গতি 50 পৰা 80 কিলোমিটাৰৰো অধিক দেখা পোৱা গ'ল কিন্তু সাধাৰণ জনতাৰ বাবে জৰিমনা সংগ্ৰহ কৰিবলৈ ইণ্টাৰচেপ্টৰ লৈ খাপ পিটি থকা আৰক্ষীকো দেখা নগ'ল এনিমেল কৰিডৰত এটা অতিকৈ চিন্তনীয় কথা তাতে চিন্তন শিবিৰ হৈ আছে চিন্তন শিবিৰৰ প্ৰাক মুহূৰ্তত কিন্তু এয়া এটা অসমবাসীৰ বাবে চিন্তনীয় কথা যদি সাধাৰণ লোকৰ বাবে এয়া এক চিন্তাৰ বিষয় যদি জীৱ-জন্তুসমূহ মৰাৰ শংকা থাকে তেন্তে অতি স্পীডত যোৱা মন্ত্ৰী ভিভিআইপি গাড়ীত হয়তো জীৱ-জন্তু নমৰিব পাৰে নেকি তেনে কোনো কথা হ'ব পাৰে নেকি বিষয়টো সন্দৰ্ভত নিশ্চয়কৈ গুৰুত্ব আৰোপ কৰিব চৰকাৰে পৰৱৰ্তী সময়ত কিন্তু এই ঘটনাই নিশ্চয়কৈ সকলোৰে বাবে এক বিচাৰৰ বিষয় হৈ পৰিছে ভাষ্য শুনাম বিষয়টো সংক্ৰান্তত
নীতি নিয়ম বান্ধি দিছে চৰকাৰে কিয়নো কাজিৰঙাৰ যি ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় ঘাইপথত যি স্পীড লিমিট মিটাৰ বহুৱা আছে তাত দেখা পোৱা গৈছে মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কৰ গাড়ী দ্ৰুত গতিত পাৰ হৈ গৈছে কিন্তু সাধাৰণ জনতাই সেই কৰিলে জৰিমনা বিহে এইখন চৰকাৰে আৰু এই পথেই কাজিৰঙাৰ বৰগছ ৰিজৰ্টলৈ অসংখ্য মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কৰ গাড়ী পাৰ হৈ গৈছে আৰু মিটাৰত আবদ্ধ হৈছে 60 পৰা 80 কিলোমিটাৰ গতিত পাৰ হৈছে যেহেতু ইয়াত গতি নিৰ্ধাৰণ কৰি দিছে 40 কিলোমিটাৰ ভিতৰত গাড়ী যান-বাহন চলাচল কৰিব লাগিব তাৰ পিছতো সাধাৰণ জনতাৰ বাবে যেন সেয়া লাগু হৈছে মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কে সেই নীতি নিয়ম মনা আমি নেদেখিলো আৰু যিহেতু আমি ইয়াত উপস্থিত আছো আমি দেখিছো যে এই মিটাৰত আবদ্ধ হৈছে মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়ক যাওঁতে 60 পৰা 80 কিলোমিটাৰ গতিত এই পথে পাৰ হৈ গৈছে আৰু সাধাৰণ জনতাৰ বাবে যেন আইন আছে মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কৰ বাবে কোনো আইন নাই
নিশ্চয় দিবাকৰ দাস ধন্যবাদ আপোনাক হোপাধৰাৰ উৰাবাতৰি প্ৰচাৰ কৰি যোৰহাটত গ্ৰেপ্তাৰ হ'ল 4 জন ৰাজ্যজুৰি উৰাবাতৰিৰ সুযোগ লৈ একাংশ লোকে অনাহকতে কোনো নিৰীহ লোকৰ ওপৰত কৰিছে আক্ৰমণ এনে উৰাবাতৰি প্ৰচাৰৰ পৰা বিৰত থাকিবলৈ সকলো লোককে আৰক্ষীয়ে সতৰ্ক কৰি দিছে ইতিমধ্যে যোৰহাট আৰক্ষীয়ে হোপাধৰাৰ উৰাবাতৰিক লৈ অপ্ৰীতিকৰ পৰিস্থিতিৰ সৃষ্টি কৰাৰ অভিযোগত 4 জনক লোকক ইতিমধ্যে গ্ৰেপ্তাৰ কৰিছে বৃহস্পতিবাৰে নিশা যোৰহাটৰ মিছন হাস্পতালৰ সমীপত এজন অচিনাকি যুৱকক কেইজনমান যুৱকে হোপাধৰা বুলি মাৰপিট কৰিছিল এই ঘটনাৰে জড়িত থকাৰ অভিযোগত 3 জন যুৱক ক্ৰমে অভিনন্দন গগৈ বিতুপন গগৈ আৰু পুৰুষ বাছফৰক আৰক্ষীয়ে গ্ৰেপ্তাৰ কৰিছে আনহাতে উত্তৰ প্ৰদেশৰ পৰা অহা সাধু বাবাৰ এটা দলকো হোপাধৰাৰ সন্দেহত অপদস্থ কৰাৰ ঘটনাত জড়িত থকাৰ অভিযোগত জালালুদ্দিন নামৰ এজন লোককো আৰক্ষীয়ে গ্ৰেপ্তাৰ কৰিছে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়াত এনে উৰাবাতৰি বিয়পোৱা তথা হোপাধৰাৰ অজুহাতত এনে ঘটনাৰে জড়িত লোকৰ সন্ধান পালেই আৰক্ষীয়ে কঠোৰ ব্যৱস্থা গ্ৰহণ কৰিব বুলি স্পষ্ট কৰি দিছে
আমার जो এতে এটা উড়োৱা বাতৰি जो চলি আছে তাৰ কাৰণে ই তো আমি যিমান কম আমি যেতিয়া ইয়াকে ই কৰো হাইলাইট তেতিয়া ই তো বন্ধ হৈ যাব নাই তো যেতিয়া আমি হাইলাইট কৰি থাকো তো ই তো বেছি বডি থাকিব কোনবা অঘটন হোৱাৰ চান্স থাকে তো মই সব पब्लिक को आह्वान जनाइछु सब मानु को आह्वान जनाइछु हमार संवादकर्मी मीडिया फ्रेंड को आह्वान जनाइछु ई वस्तु तो हमी जेने तेने कमाबो লাগিব ना क्या करिबो লাগিব हमार सोशल मीडिया मॉनिटरिंग टीम আছে जो कंटिन्यूअस ই তো কৰি আছে আমি যোৱাকালি এটা পোস্ট পাইছিলো নৌকোসাৰীৰ আমি ইমিডিয়েটলি একশন ললো पोस्ट तो डिलीट करवा होल और ई जो वीडियो आसे या फोटोज आसे कोर पर ओरिजिनेट होइसे ई भी हमी बैक ट्रैक करिया सो हमार जो साइबर सेल टीम आसे कंटिन्यूअस काम करिया से और মই ভাবো কি তো কিছুমান দিন পিছত এই বস্তু তো নাকিয়া হৈ যাব
আজিৰ পৰা যেহেতু কাজিৰঙা 3 দিনীয়াকৈ অনুষ্ঠিত হৈছে ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰৰ চিন্তন শিবিৰ চিন্তন বৈঠকৰ বাবে ইতিমধ্যে মিনি ডিস্প্ৰটল যেন পৰিণত হৈছে গৈ কাজিৰঙা মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী হিমন্ত বিশ্ব শৰ্মাৰ লগতে বিজেপি মিত্ৰজোঁটৰ প্ৰায় সংখ্যক মন্ত্ৰী আমোলাসকল তাত উপস্থিত আছে আমি পোনপটীয়া সম্প্ৰচাৰলৈ লৈ গৈছো
The level of well-being, the kind of well-being that European nations and United States has seen is only possible when you take resources from other nations and use it for your people's well-being. Otherwise, it's not possible for any nation. So since the colonial era, kind of fell apart. Just now, a month or 2 months ago, India's economy is ahead of UK's economy. We are number 5 now. I think by 2028, before 2030, we'll be in the top 3 for sure. And that's not a big deal, because for 1.3 to 1.4 billion people, we must be number 1, actually. If all of us are very productive, we must be easily number 1 or at least number 2. But we are very proud that we are 5 right now, because these things have happened in recent times. In the last 15–20 years, this momentum has started. A state as rich and abundant as Assam and the neighboring states, which are referred to as sisters, ladies, your states are referred to as sisters, and of course, the ruling deity being Kamakhya, so the feminine has been worshipped and celebrated in a certain way. Wherever there has been feminine cultures, aggressive developments have not happened, more humane developments have happened, and I feel that's very important. I know this may not be in the interest of what Honorable Chief Minister was saying. It's not all about GDP, how people are living. Because a country like this, when I say country like this, I mean to say these 7 states, this region of the country of Bharat, it is so abundant. Just building industry and mining, we can easily push up the GDP. But that will be short-term. After 50 years, our children…
Here, Hodgorur Bhakon আমি পোনপটীয়া সম্প্ৰচাৰত আপোনালোকক আগবঢ়ালো কাজিৰঙাৰ পৰা আৰু ইয়াৰ সৈতে সামৰিব লাগিব আফটাৰনুন এক্সপ্ৰেছ। বিদায় লৈছো মই কৃপাঞ্জলি। নমস্কাৰ।